What's up, Mr. Tone X?
What's going on, family?
Ladies and gentlemen, to the people around the world, from Buffalo, New York, to Compton, California, to Italy, I got one of the coldest young comedians in the game out here doing things for years, Mr. Tone X, ladies and gentlemen. What up, T?
What's going on? You got me over here looking around because I didn't know who you were talking about. You're talking about me, huh?
So, ladies,
especially when you said young.
Right, well, you are young, yo. You're my man. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about Tone X. Tone X is was a young upcoming comic years ago. I took him on the road with me, taught him the game, gave him the knowledge, and he's another one under the umbrella of the people who I took and put on the game that went on to be very successful. And he's doing his thing, and it's a pleasure today to talk to this brother and put people up on him to let him know what he's doing. He went from just a regular jean T-shirt guy to one of the coldest suit motherfuckers in the game to his stock game right now got to be worth $300,000, $400,000, and and I'm being conservative. And I'm being conservative, you know.
Somebody's saying, why is he spending money like that on socks?
Are you making money, baby? You making money. So how's things been? How's the kids?
Man, everybody good. The family is good. Justice, you remember the little cat. Now he's 20.
Wow, yo. I remember he was born.
Right. And you don't even understand about London. London is 9. So I got a 20-year-old and a 9-year-old.
That is so fly. That is so fly.
Listen, I ask my wife every day, I say, yo, who take years out of the league and retire and then try to come back after 5 or 6 seasons still thinking they can play? That's how I got a 20-year-old and a 9-year-old. Right there.
Right. That'll do it, see, and they grow up so fast.
Quick, man. Quick. Life come at you fast, Dad.
Yeah, they come at you fast. Now, you know, my show was really based on just general conversation and just life. I'm quite sure you probably heard it, hopefully. But you know what's on my mind this week, yo? Surviving R. Kelly.
I knew that was coming.
And the reason why see, some people got mad at me because I showed them love a little bit, but they didn't understand my take on it. See, I toured with R. Kelly all through the 90s. But because I was my own man, I never hung with R. Kelly. We never was on the same tour bus. So when I toured with from everybody from Teddy Riley, NWA, and all them, I never rode on the bus. I was like my own independent company. I would fly and meet these people there. But in this situation is sad on so many levels, T. So many levels. And let me build up the scene. I'm gonna pass the baton over to you. See, when you watch the show, and I can only watch a little bit because I have girls, right? I can only watch a little bit, and I had to turn it off because I didn't want to get caught up or get an ugly feeling in my gut about this.
Right.
But when I take a little bit of this person, that person, and there's levels to it, all I can say to you is where the fuck was the parents? There's no way my kids, right, is going over some man's house and I don't know where you are.
I feel
I don't give a fuck if you're 30 years old.
I tell my son.
That's the way I move.
I tell my son, TK, I say, listen, always act like you've been there before.
Right.
I don't care what you got going on. I don't care where you at. I don't care who you around. Never take the angle from your father. That's in the entertainment business and what your father does and who your father is. Never take my angle away to make somebody think I haven't exposed you to that already.
Oh, I like that.
Don't go, well, you know, that's, who did I learn the angles from? T to the Mickey 50K.
Thank you, sir.
I always say, don't take away my angle of, he already seen that. He already know about that. And I make it practical. Somebody pull up beside you in a Bentley. Your eyes better not get big.
That's right.
You better not take your seatbelt off to get close to the window to see what that's all about.
Right.
I've already showed you that. Your daddy already showed you that. So what the pimp always say? All females need instructions.
That's right.
So now you start looking at the men. What are we telling these women?
Mm-hmm.
What are we telling these women? What kind of instructions are we giving? Men still selfish. TK, we still think that when we with a female, we buy into the fairy tale and they live happily ever after. Mm-hmm. When you know nothing is forever.
Right.
So why don't we take it as if whomever you come into encounter with, as far as the next man, he should send me a thank you card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to send you to the next guy with the same kind of thinking, with the same kind of baggage.
That's right.
I'm supposed to be giving you instructions. I haven't watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, you'd have been mad.
I just been listening and looking at what people are saying and seeing how it's spreading across the country like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, especially in the black community, we like to put a Band-Aid on a broken arm. We'll sweep stuff under the rug,
right,
and think it'll go away until the rug get lumpy. That's all R. Kelly did. How long we been knowing?
That's right.
Like, how long we been knowing? But he always got the pass because it was the
song. Because of the song.
It was the music.
Right.
It was the talent. He was a genius, right?
Right. Yep, that's true.
So we separated the man from the music, but what they say, art imitates life. You can't separate it.
Mm-hmm.
That music is him.
Right.
The melodies, that's him.
And what I don't
that same R. Kelly from the documentary, that's him.
Right. And what I don't understand, we came up back in the day, Back in the day,
right.
Our sisters would have been fucking around like that. See, parents are not like they used to be. Brothers are not like they used to, because somebody was supposed to crack that nigga upside his head, fam.
Where the uncles at?
Exactly. Or beat his ass at a concert.
Something.
Or beat his ass. I'm for real. And that would have changed his life. Sometimes you got to take an ass whooping, right? To say, you know what? I deserve that ass kicking. Let me change up the way I'm moving. But no one whooped his ass. What's going on? Now what's going on in life? I talk about this all the time, about how people fuck up their lives in the fourth quarter of their lives, right?
I like that. Mm-hmm.
See, you live 3/4 of a great life, traveling, cars, money, but then you get in the fourth quarter of your life because you wasn't smart enough to stop or smart enough to save.
Right.
Your legacy now is about to be fucked up. From Bill Cosby to the guy Munez of CBS, a little bit of everybody.
Weinstein, all of them.
What I explain to people is not how well you live, it's how well you die. See, people got this shit fucked up. See, everybody go around here fronting and see success is only measured by a short space, right? Short. This is very small.
True.
It's how you lead this motherfucker, dog. Some people
PK.
are in homes. Some people built their legacy. Look at Bill Cosby in the fourth quarter of his life. Every day he got to wake up and pray he lives, because the food in there going to get that nigga constipated.
Hey, look, the reason why I say always act like you've been here before. When you talk, you're talking to yourself.
Right.
I'm talking to myself, too. TK, with the parents, that showed you that an adult can act like they never been there before, too. You seeing fame, you seeing opportunity, you seeing celebrity first. Mm-hmm. That has trumped your sense of parent, your sense of responsibility, protection.
Yes, right.
You have lessened your guard down in exchange for notoriety, popularity, money.
Yep.
Now, that's the same thing we chase until we get to the fourth quarter.
Right.
Because in the fourth quarter, somebody got to retire from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody you know who my man is, TK. I am the Shannon Sharp of Charlotte. You say something about LeBron, I am on your ass.
Right.
But eventually, he gonna have to leave the game.
Mm-hmm.
His body ain't gonna be able to do it. He gonna have to retire.
Right.
That's your fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us, TK, chasing the bag. Well, what you gonna do with it when you get it? Mm-hmm. And if you're chasing the bag, it ain't never gonna be enough. This is what we do. That first 3 quarters, we go hard.
Right.
That last quarter, when you turn around and you retire, you come in the house, your family be looking at you strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't know you.
Right.
Now you in the fourth quarter, you trying to regroup, your family looking at you like, them first 3 quarters, you were never around.
Right.
We don't know who you are in the fourth quarter now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't realize that fame, that bag, all of that, you will exchange all of that when your family gets silent and look at you funny.
Exactly.
And that's what they did with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Everybody threw common sense out the window.
Out the window. Out the window.
Common sense out the window, yo.
For money and sense.
Ain't no
now what you got, though?
The girl that I saw, and it was just a little bit about how she was going to R. Kelly. There's no way my child will be away from me. I'm sorry. Like, you could call me a strict parent or what. I don't motherfucking play. And I ever got a whiff of a nigga like that. Because, see, these kids is 20-something years old, almost 30, right? So you knew in the 90s what type of nigga R. Kelly was. So the first time you heard of that nigga being around your kid, you supposed to motherfucking man up and check that nigga and catch that nigga at one of them motherfucking concerts and crack that nigga over his motherfucking head.
Look, everybody turned their head with Aaliyah because that was cute.
Because it should have
got
locked down right then.
Right there.
Right then, fam.
The celebrity kept him going, though.
They kept it going.
Just like I heard somebody say, R. Kelly can't show his face in public right now. I said, why can't he?
That's right.
You got to understand, number one, controversy sells.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, we are living in a celebrity-driven society.
Yeah.
Number three, look at R. Kelly, look at Trump. Here's why I use that analogy.
Okay.
People talking about Trump crazy, he is. I don't know how he was president. Well, there's more people that's rolling with Trump than that's rolling against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more people that get confidence with Trump in there that you didn't know how they are before. That's how they always been. They identify with Trump. They roll with it. Well, there's some people that will go see R. Kelly tomorrow.
That's right.
At a concert, at a walkthrough. If he hosts something, the line will be just as long.
Yes, sir.
As it used to be.
Yes.
Because you got to find more people who don't mess with R. Kelly than who do.
Right. And here's the problem, too, Tone, on top of that, right? Over the last 20 years, moral responsibility, common sense, intelligent level has been on decline. Remember who's coming up? If you saw a murderer, nigga, you wouldn't take a picture with him. Because the way you was raised, you were running from that motherfucker. You don't want to take a picture?
You only want to be around it.
Exactly. We see a murderer like OJ, we'll take a picture with the nigga. Because we went through all standards. And the way you was raised, out the fucking window. And that's what it comes back full circle. The intelligent level, common sense has been on decline for over 20 years. That's why when you see people agreeing with Donald Trump, like, motherfucker, do you read? Do you have common sense? This motherfucker shut down the government? Shut the government down to get a $5 billion wall now. You got to see the bigger picture, and I see it. I hope other people don't see it. The Mexicans may take over this motherfucker, dog. In 25 years, America gonna be Spanish. They're gonna change the United States to El Pollo Loco. So
that means the Pollo Tropical is gonna be popular.
Exactly. So they trying to stop it because they see it coming. Because if you're not raising your children today to know Spanish as they're coming up, people are not seeing the movement. They're not seeing the way the world is changing.
TK, the human brain is made to know and say over 50 different languages.
Right.
Now, that just shows you how much of our brain we be using, because I speak 2 or 3.
Right.
How many people? But see, we be laughing at the little African dude in the gas station.
Right.
The Mexican dude walked in there one day and he didn't speak no English. Nobody in the gas station could help this guy with no directions, except the African dude behind the counter. And I asked the African dude, how many languages you speak, man? Because you were speaking fluent Spanish. He say 8.
Wow.
8. And he started running them down. Listen, if you don't have no Spanish under your belt, okay, because let me tell you how arrogant we are.
Right.
We think everybody's supposed to be American.
Right.
We do.
True. Yep.
TK, we'll go to another country. And when we go to a restaurant in France, we expect the wait staff to speak English because we in there.
Right.
Who the hell are you? You in France, man. You don't know French, but you want them to speak English. That's how we are, man. And we are in a global society. You need English and Spanish under your belt. I don't know why they teach Spanish in the school system.
That's right. You're right.
To tell you the truth. They come over here and what we say, y'all need to learn English.
Right.
Okay? So when you go where they speak Spanish, what's the flip? You need to learn Spanish.
That's right.
We be like, no, still speak English to us in Mexico. So, man, we arrogant.
Right,
we arrogant. We let a lot of stuff go. We pick and choose the wrong battles, TK. We stand when we need to sit.
We damn sure do, yo.
And we sit when we need to stand.
Right.
We out here mad at R. Kelly. We mad at Donald Trump. And we missing the real question. The real question is, when black people going to take these damn Christmas decorations down? That's what you're overlooking right there.
You're funny, yo. And
that's what you're overlooking.
And see, and where I want to go with this show, the TK Kirkland show, because we've been doing it now for 2 years, my goal starting in 2020 is to start getting, after that year, I want to get 5 to 10 million people insured. This year, I want to start getting people's credit together because everybody out here is pretending. I want to start teaching people about stop drinking so much and thinking that you fly because you bought a $350 bottle of Hennessy and drank the bottle straight down. You're killing yourselves, youngsters. And when
you're killing your bank.
Right, and when you go to these doctors one day to get a checkup, they already know your symptoms. What you got to do is read the application and they say you have diabetes, you have arthritis, you have this, you have that. They know what black people eat. They know how they don't take care of themselves.
Right.
So that's going to be my goal over the next 20 years is to put people on so much game before I make my transition in life. You know, everybody wants to go to college, right? And everybody want to go to college where you can go right there to your local library. The same information in there is the same information and it's free. The library is right around the corner from you. Drive past it every fucking day. Some people don't even know where their library is. And the same shit that's in there is at the college. You can go in there and get it for free. I was telling my daughters the other day, because you know that time, SATs and all that, I said, listen to me.
Right.
Don't go to college unless you know what you want to do.
Right.
Because it's a setup to put you in debt. Well, put me in debt because I'm going to have to pay for the shit. Know what you want to do. You can always work for dad until you get it together. Because there's how many people we know, fam, that got 4 degrees. and work at Walmart.
And work at McDonald's.
Or work at
Right.
McDonald's. And they're paying back a heavy fucking tuition.
And what did you learn?
Tuition. What did you learn?
So that's the question. What did you learn there?
Right.
What did you learn in college to equip you to be ready to go run your own business? See, that's the question right there. You mean to tell me I got to go to school for 4 years and get a degree to go work for somebody? You mean to tell me when I come out of college, I'm not ready to go run and start and do my own business? I'm getting a degree to go work for somebody, to work up.
Right, because that's
really?
Think about it. You got to get a degree to work for somebody else, but you don't need a degree to work for yourself.
Right. How about that?
Exactly.
How about that?
That's why in my shows I'm teaching entrepreneurship, because no one should have leverage over another motherfucker, right? There's no way tomorrow you could walk in and someone could fire you.
Right.
Fire you, fam. Your whole life is motherfucking ruined. Because you know how jealousy is out here. You know how the hate is out here.
TK, that's called the illusion of inclusion.
Exactly. And people get money or inheritance or fall into some paper and be broke within 2 or 3 months because you don't respect the paper. We don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. You got to respect money. I keep telling people, do not go out in the fourth quarter of your life fucked up. It's not how well you live, it's how well you die.
You keep talking about how well you died, TK. Do you understand? On that tombstone, it's got a born date and it's got an end date.
Yes, sir.
But it's also got a dash in between them dates.
Right.
The dash is the most important mark on the tombstone. Because the dash is your life. What did you do with that dash? See, what did you do with that dash? You keep talking about you going to put your listeners up on game. You would have to, man. All you do is speak game. But this right here is one that we miss, TK. Cats always putting down what they want, and I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. How many black people say, I'm going to go get a passport?
Right. That's right, nigga.
You can't even go to the Bahamas. You can't even go to some parts of the Bahamas without a passport. You think the only thing moving is in the United States? You ain't even seen outside the United States.
Exactly. And that's like coming.
How about this one?
What did you accomplish today? I always stress. I know it goes over some people's head, but what did you accomplish? Right. Remember when it was 1999?
How many people talk about life insurance, man?
Nobody, yo.
That's because we think we're going to be here forever, man.
That's right. And they're afraid to leave somebody something. Motherfuckers afraid to leave somebody something. Death should not be a tragedy. It should be profitable. When you
do not want your kids,
right?
You don't want your kids at the funeral crying for 2 reasons.
That's right.
Number one, because you're gone. Number two, because all them bills you done left them.
Exactly. Or you didn't leave them nothing to better their lives.
Right. It ain't about us, man. It ain't about us, man.
You're in a very, very successful area. And what I did when I was young, I go through Beverly Hills, I go through Charlotte and successful big-ass houses. All them people ain't go to college?
No.
I tell motherfuckers, that's called generational wealth. Motherfuckers been selling down money. You think all them motherfuckers went to colleges? You got your fucking mind?
Right.
You a fool if you think that.
And if they did, it was just part of the plan.
Exactly. And so when
you go to college and get your degree so you can work for your daddy. Oh, okay.
Right. To have to create some type of structure. Because what people don't understand is about years, right? There was a year 1865. There was a year 1965. There's going to be a year 2065. So what I'm going to do as moving forward, when I teach people about this insurance game, about annuities, about trust, how you put money away, because you're dead a lot longer than you're alive. And one day there will be a year, 2665. There will be a year. And my point being is when you put money away and you have what we call dynasty trust, 350 years, can't nobody touch your money. It's going to be a cold thing the next 2 years, what I'm going to do. And I'm putting all this together so there's the TK Kirkland podcast, I want to be a catalog. Like, remember back in the day we had encyclopedias and shit, the big books?
Right, Britannicas.
Exactly. I want the TK Kirkland podcast to be Google for the streets. I want motherfuckers to be able to go and look at certain topics and listen to it. Oh, that Tone X episode. That particular episode, this episode that you can listen to for the next 100 years for gain, for knowledge, because no one is giving it to them this way.
Right. And if they're giving it to you, they're not giving it to you so you can be successful. The 3 pillars of wealth is stocks and bonds, real estate, and entrepreneurship.
Right.
Ain't too many black parents when we was coming up was telling us about that. My mama wasn't telling me about no stocks and bonds. She would always say, get you some land and hold on to it, but that's as far as it went because that's all she was taught. So how did it get passed down to her?
Right. They need to teach people about stock and bonds in school, to teach how to invest in rice and corn and
right. But you know that they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna give you the game. They're gonna give you the game.
That's the shit you gotta read. I'm gonna put that's my next thing I'm doing over the next 10 years, Joe. That's my next thing I'm doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
that's the plan. You got to give them that truth.
Also, is a great comedian. Tone, can you give the audience your Instagram fans so they can follow you? Most people might know Tone X as he's the opening act for the great Monique from time to time. Been doing his thing, and when he was a little heavy back in the day, he always reminded me of Jeezy. I used to call him Jeezy back in the day. Oh, and just Tone X, ladies and gentlemen, if you bought my album, Gangsta Conversation, I did the remix of Orange is Jones, Walking in the Rain. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my ghostwriter, the great Tone X.
I'm glad. Listen, man. All right? Puffy wouldn't give up the credit, so I'm glad you gave up the credit, baby.
Yes,
I remember that experience when Juice Jones walked into the studio, man.
That's right.
I was like, yo, that's the Juice.
Yes, sir.
Never forget that, man. Follow a grown man at Tone X Comedy, at Tone X Comedy, Instagram, Twitter, social media
and
platforms.
Let me tell people about this journey also, ladies and gentlemen. I had this dream to put this song out years ago. Columbia Records was interested, Jermaine Dupri's dad.
Yeah.
So many people interested and turned it down because it wasn't the right time, because I believe in ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you a story if you listen to Walking in the Rain. And I know you loved it because the album went number 2 on Billboard and number 1 on iTunes. We wrote this motherfucker song in 1992. Let me tell people again. We wrote the song in 1992. Plugged onto it, and the rest is history. So I waited years because it wasn't the right move. And when I got ready to drop the album last year, I tracked down YZ, Tone.
Yep, I remember that.
You remember YZ? So YZ went back in the studio with me. We tweaked it, and bam, it went on to do great success like back in the day with NWA, how they went platinum with no radio play.
Right.
You see, that's my whole thing, to let people know that you still can win without radio play. Because the great Duval, which had awesome songs and went on to make phenomenal success. But we went number 2 on Billboard and number 1 on iTunes, just strictly word of mouth, because it was played in certain places, but it really wasn't played. So it was a great thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we heard the great thing from the great Tone X. And tell them about your Instagram one more time, please.
Instagram is at Tone X Comedy, TONEX Comedy. Follow me. I need followers. If TK tell you to follow me. Listen, you need to go follow me, okay? Because he ain't wasting words. Or followers. So go follow a grown-ass man. Ladies, follow me. As soon as you hit the follow button, look down. You go up one cup size. If you are A, you'll go to a B. If you're a B, you'll go to a C. It's incredible. It's science. Just follow me. You'll see it. You're going to mess your man up.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. May God bless your tone, and may your pain be champagne. We out of here. I got to catch this fight.
Hey, man, peace and blessings to you, boy.
Take care of yourself, man.
Salute.
Make sure you follow TK Kirkland on Instagram at TK_Kirkland for more information about upcoming events and more. Visit www.officialtkkirkland.com.
This episode of the TK Kirkland Show was produced by Chris Thomas, executively produced by Charlemagne the God. This is an official Loudspeakers Network production. Speakers Network production. Speakers Network production. Speakers Network production.